guys. So doing the end of season cleanup here, picking the rest of my cherry tomatoes to make sauce and thinking about experiments for next year, and I've come up with a great idea. This is my big garden. You might remember the cucumbers were here, Swiss chard. This area was tomatoes. Then I had a fence that had tomatoes on one side, tomatillos on the other, and then it went out, rolled out to squash. So what I've decided to do as I'm picking these tomatoes, but you can see we've been through a light frost, and a lot of these are just junk, right? They're falling apart, they're starting to ferment. Some good ones, some not quite ripe ones, some that are already spent. But what I've decided to do, I did this before on a small level, but I'm going to do it on this big level, is as I'm picking tomatoes like I have in this column, I haven't gotten there yet, but I'm just going to cut the end of the roots at the base, or pull them if they're light to pull, but hopefully I'll just cut them at their base, and I'm just going to spread these all out and let them rot in place. And then we'll bring in more mulch, because I'm a deep mulch gardener. This is clay soil. This is all deep clay underneath here. I tried to garden in the ground for a few years and it just didn't work, so I brought in wood chips, right? These wood chips. And over the course of the years, they've decomposed, and now I have regular dirt. So every year I bring in a few inches more of wood chips, and I have them on the other side of that white fence over there ready to come in. But we also have leaves, grass clippings, lots of oak tree leaves. What else? Oh, and more wood chips. So, and spent straw. So we're going to bury all this, and I think next year I might not have to plant any tomatoes myself. I think I'm going to get a gazillion tomatoes that just come up on their own. So we're going to try from that fence to just this shy of this trellis, all tomatoes. And then you can see I went through the cucumbers here, and I left the regular cukes on both sides of the trellis, and then lemon cukes on both sides of that trellis. There, lemon cukes over there, regular cukes here. I'm still having some small lemon cukes that are not quite ripe yet, so we're still getting some to eat. So I'm just letting that go, and a couple squash are still hanging out. So I'm going to try that as well. So hopefully next year, all this will be tomato. The cucumbers will come up on their own. And then these big squash that I just picked, I didn't have to plant those either. They just kind of showed up on their own. So we'll see if we have some dead squash, and then that I can leave in place, and then I'll map it all out. So next year we can see what we get, because look, I mean, I've got so many tomatoes, but gobs of them are down here. They're already cracked, and I mean, you don't want to take that and make it into sauce. Just let it be. So, of course, it'll freeze, and we'll see if it comes back. So, anyway, experiments in mind. We'll try this again, and we'll keep touch and look back at it next year and see what happens. Let me know if you have any questions. Hey guys, so I just did a video on making tomato sauce, and I have all this seed and pulp left over, and I was just going to feed it to the chickens, but I've been feeding them a lot of that lately. And then I thought, what if I put these somewhere and just watched them and see if next year, after the winter, if they will grow. So I have these pots out along my back fence, and I thought, what if I just fill these, top them. I've got pots all up and down here with this mash, and let's see if we get any seeds next year. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to come through here. These have beans in them, and I'll let those go another year, but like up here, do these two, and we'll see if we get any plants. Now, the only thing that's making me think we may not is that these have been heated up, these seeds, But, you know, who knows? Who knows? We don't know until we try, right? So I'm going to go ahead and top this up, put some dirt on top of these, and next year we'll check in and see if we get any tomatoes. I mean, even if we just get a few, it's a few more than what we have to plant ourselves. So, yeah, let's keep an eye on this. We'll do it. Let me know if you have any questions.